cloaked in shadows, I prey on the forces of evil. Determined to strike terror throughout the underworld, I adopted the fearsome image of a bat. To prepare myself for the battle, I prepared my mind, mastering science and criminology. I pushed myself to the limits of human endurance, training my body to physical perfection. All the while, driven by the pain of my worst memory, the night a criminal stepped from the shadows and tore my world apart. In a heartbeat, I lost the two most important people in my life. It was this loss that changed me forever. The night a grief-stricken boy made a solemn oath he would never forget. I buried my parents here when I was 8. Since that day, part of me has always been bound to this place, to the memories of innocent people destroyed by crime, ghosts long departed, and ghosts who still wait. To much of the city, I'm a ghost. An urban boogeyman often discussed but rarely seen, more vivid in rumor than reality. Glimpsed fleetingly in shadow, possessed of seemingly inhuman powers, I have become, through imaginations and nightmares, a creature to be avoided. The aura of fear that I project is my most potent weapon. It triggers panic, giving me the advantage in my attack. It acts as a barrier, warning the innocent and curious to keep their distance. Even those who fixate on challenging the Batman recoil in horror when I finally confront them. Each night in silence I move through the city, seeing what others try to hide. The bribes casually taken, the small details overlooked, the hideous acts committed in darkness. But crime also flourishes in the luster of wealth and civility. Here, I wear a different disguise, one in which the city's fortunate welcome me as one of their own. The well-heeled denizens of this realm are often just as cutthroat as their counterparts in the street. As Bruce Wayne, I weave through the crowd, giving a smile here, a handshake there, every move executed with the same precision Batman would use to disarm a thug in an alley. This is the world into which I was born. Over the years, I've shut out any distractions it might offer, using it purely as a source of information, an arena to develop contacts that will help me win battles elsewhere. Yet sometimes I reflect on the positive elements I might have embraced from that life. Stability, security, family. Basic but precious things my neighbors take for granted. I have sacrificed much to operate as Batman. My wealth buys me privacy crucial to the survival of both my identities. But what kind of man would I have become if things had been different? If instead of using my fortune as a means to fight crime, I allowed myself to be ruled by it and all its temptations. If I truly became what I appeared to be to others. I drift through the day, letting trivial concerns occupy my mind. This morning there's an investment opportunity or so, my executive board tells me. Upscale housing and retail venues built on this site of the formerly thriving Bayside industrial area. I know the neighborhood. As Batman, I'm usually down there once a week running out gangs and drug dealers. Though now for the benefit of the others, I just smile and shrug. The development's mastermind is Randall Winters, A man my age from a similar background, Randall has always spoken warmly of me as a close friend, presuming upon the familiarity created by our social environment. In him I see a reflection of a man I might have been, and I'm not sure I like it. Randall is quick to encourage my participation in this project. We are, in his words, kindred souls, after the same things out of life. I nod to the stranger at my elbow and tell him I'll consider it. That night I patrolled the Bayside area, despite the constant threat of crime. Good people still live here. Gunshots, then an alarm. Weapon in hand, a man flees for the market. Robbery, possible murder. I maneuver him into the alley. Easier to handle in a close space. He wastes bullets on my shadow, as I had hoped. He's down in seconds, sobbing in fear, no longer a threat. The shots told me what to expect. I'm not surprised when I see the bodies. Then I see something else, something unexpected, but familiar. The boy's name is Marcus. The only family he has is awaiting the coroner's van. I see him later, sitting alone, lost in the confusion of a busy night at the station. In time, the police will provide him with shelter and food, perhaps counseling. It's hardly enough, and it won't wipe away what he's feeling tonight. The grief, rage, and fear. The first night is always the worst. The tragedy that defined my life has so easily been inflicted on another. Though I was able to catch his parents' killer, I'm afraid that will have little impact on Marcus or his future. Whether the scars are physical or mental, crime wounds everyone it touches. It brings injury and death, poisons the mind and soul, and in the end, leaves only despair.